Hi everyone, it's Jamie from Willow Farms. Hope you guys are having a great day. Today I wanted to just film a quick video just going over 5 flowers that I will not be growing this year. In light of my last video that was saying flowers that I would recommend for a first year flower farmer, these are ones that I wouldn't necessarily recommend. So I'm sure that this list will be, what's the word I'm looking for? Divisive? That's not what I'm thinking. I'm sure not everyone will agree with me. Things tend to work really well for other farmers and not for me, and then vice versa. So this is just based on my experience in my zone. And to be fair, last year we had a very dry summer, so my experience with these largely is in a season that was a little weird. We also had like a cold spring that lasted a really long time. So, so it was a funky year, but I hope these help. So the first is Calendula. So I feel bad about this one because Calendula was there for me when a lot of other crops were taking its time. Were taking their time with the cold spring. It just came up, and I remember we had a get-together at the farm and a bunch of people trampled the calendula, and I thought it was done for, and it still came back. So super, super, super reliable. But I find there's not enough difference. There's not a lot of different variety in the realm of calendula to make it worth being a cut flower. There's nothing really special about them, and it's not like I could just buy, like I said, like a specialty variety. Secondly, there's a weird sap in it that really bothered my skin. I don't know if it's like that for everybody, but it was like just sticky. My like snippers would get all sticky and stuff, so just not fun to pick. And if it's not fun to pick, you're not going to pick it. You're just gonna leave it, and then it's taking up real estate. I will say, like, another thing was that I would go to the market and other people would kind of just like have it in a vase out of their garden to make their stand beautiful, which is amazing, but just goes to show that everybody has it at home. So yeah, not super beneficial. I might regret saying that next year. I might be coming back to you guys and saying that I will be growing it again because it really was a workhorse and did actually end up in a lot of my bouquets. The second one, so I'm kind of lying about this one because I am going to grow it this year, but if it doesn't work this year, then I'm done. So I wasn't going to grow marigolds. Last year I didn't get a single stem off of my marigolds. They were just too short. I only cut them back like 3 times, so I don't know if I didn't do that enough or if it was the variety, but this year I was watching You Can't Cut the Grass's harvest videos here on YouTube, and they had amazing marigolds. They were beautiful, they dried beautifully. Her bouquets that had them in them were just amazing. So I was convinced, I was influenced, and I will be doing it again this year after all. But I went on Johnny's and I got the tallest variety that they have. So that being said, they take up a lot of space. I didn't have great luck with them. I wasn't going to plant them again this year, so I don't know if I'd really recommend them. Third is going to be a hot take here because I don't think a lot of people will agree with me, but I don't think it is practical as a first-year farmer in hindsight to grow dahlias. So yes, they are absolutely beautiful, but they are one of the most expensive, if not most expensive, flowers to grow, because your tubers, even if you get them at wholesale price, are just ridiculous. And if you're not, in your first year, you're not really spending like $500 on tubers. You're not really growing anything in mass quantities. So yeah, even then, super, super, super expensive. And the other thing is that justifying that for a $20 market bouquet is just, I can't. However, that being said, I do recommend the $5 Dahlia seed packets. amazing, amazing germination. They are so easy to grow, and even though I pre-sprouted and pre-started some of my dahlia tubers, even when I had planted those at the same time as my seeds that I started inside, the seed dahlias were producing flowers much faster. So yeah, and the other thing is that once you start them from seed, you can save those tubers every year, and those will grow and you can divide them. So realistically, I think, personally, the way to do it is to buy seed. If you're selling for markets, of course, like wedding work and bulk flowers, you just can't beat those beautiful dinner plate dahlias, but I really think for market bouquets, the seed dahlia is the way to go. And yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing this year. I'm actually not using any tubers unless I overwintered. That's another thing. Overwintering tubers sucks, in my opinion. I hated it. Yeah, I didn't like it. So if I have any luck with how I overwintered my tubers, maybe I'll get some of those big showy like cafe au lait dahlias. Otherwise, I still have seeds that I will be planting, and those are the ones I'm relying on. So my fourth flower is going to be another hot take, because I know they are beautiful, beautiful, and so many people love them, but it's actually poppies. I find them really finicky in terms of starting inside and bringing them outside. The only luck that I had with poppies last year was winter sowing them, and that can just be a little bit of a hassle when you're doing like 100 plants. So this year I'm just going to save myself the trouble and not do them. The other thing is to prep them to go into the water. You have to like char the bottom if you want like a good vase life, and when you're making 50 bouquets in a day, they're just not practical. You really need to focus, especially in your first year before you have like employees or something like that. The focus should be on efficiency. How can I make the most flowers happen with the smallest amount of work? So poppies just doesn't fit in that category for me. So my last flower is amazing. It's beautiful, it was productive, it was an amazing filler, and that's Mahogany Splendor, hibiscus, or hibiscus mahogany, that one. And so super productive, super, super beautiful, loved it. But every time I put it in bouquets, people at markets thought I was selling a plant that isn't legal to sell at markets. So to save the confusion for the public, I just won't be growing it. It's just not worth it this year. Alrighty guys, I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know what you guys think in the comments. Did I miss anything? If you disagree with my dahlia assessment or any other of the flowers, if you personally have an amazing time growing them, or like I said, if there's anything you would add to this list. I know this kind of content was extremely important for me for my first year, and I just consumed so much of this information. So let's share, put it in the comments. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope this was helpful. Have an amazing day.